Hello, Helena. We're glad you're with us today for today's version of United Way's Partner Spotlight. And today we have this weekly opportunity, and today we're going to touch base with one of our partners, Heather Green of Florence, Crittenton. And we're excited that you're going to join us, and we're going to hear about all the good things happening at Florence, Crittenton. So
there are quite a few right now, to be sure.
Yeah. Well, let's get right to it.
Sure.
You've got some fun events planned for this summer, and I'm told it is going to get warmer soon.
Let's hope.
So yeah, so
can't say I mind the rain though.
No, it's quite pleasant. When I see 100-degree temperatures in places in the south, I think I'm okay with it being a little cool.
Right.
So yeah. Well, Support Our Girls is a historical event, and Ellen Baumler and the kickoff of the Project Sunshine renovation is coming up. So, so talk to us a little bit about update on your new campus and how things are going there.
Yeah, things are very exciting right now, Jeff. It's we actually started the renovation of the preschool a couple weeks ago, recognizing that an increase in childcare is something that's really needed in our community right now. So starting there was our first priority. But we have a private groundbreaking celebration on June 28th at 2:30. It's invite only, but we'll be having the Washington Foundation will be there, as they helped. They really basically funded that floor.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Which is great. So it will. More to come on that, but we'll be sharing some fun news around that contribution on the 28th.
Excellent. Excellent.
So things are on track. We are hopefully going to be moving our clients over in July 2024. We won't move them over until the renovations are 100% complete.
Sure.
To minimize disruption. But we're on the fast track at this point.
That's great. Just a little over a year away. That's exciting.
Yeah, as long as things go on schedule, which
right,
construction can go one of two ways.
And you got to look at the long picture. I mean, you know, this was a significant investment, a major move. And it's just not going to happen overnight.
It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to have a profound impact on the way we serve the families of our community and beyond. Absolutely,
absolutely. Having a structure designed and remodeled for your purposes will make all the difference.
Yes, and having all of our services co-located is going to be a huge benefit as well. We'll be able to serve more clients, we'll double the number of kiddos in our preschool and childcare, and increase our residential programs as well.
Right. So increase capacity as well, besides being a more appropriate structure and setting for your programs. That's
much
great.
More efficient operation too, which means more dollars can go into our programs.
Sure. Well, so the renovation has started, and so are your administrative offices still located at the old location, or how are you working that?
We're kind of straddling the fence right now.
Okay.
Our residential clients remain at our Harris facility, and our community programs, parenting classes, things like that are at the new facility, as are our fundraising and administration and our preschool.
Okay. So you're spread out a little bit.
We're kind of spread out a little bit right now, but it's for the short term at this point, which is very exciting.
Sure. Well, you've already mentioned your goal for having the renovations completed is July of 24. And what you mentioned construction things. What's the magic formula to keep everything on schedule?
Two main things. One is continued funding. Overall, it's about a $12 million project, and we're more than halfway there with some big opportunities on the horizon. But there's lots of ways for the folks to get involved. One fun way would be to purchase a brick on our Pathway to Success for $1,000. You get your name on the brick, and that will be part of the path to success, literally and figuratively, for our clients. And any contribution around Project Sunshine is always welcome. We have opportunities all the way from, a small contribution up to naming rights. So there's a ton of opportunity there. We do have some very generous funders that we've been working with to get to this point.
Folks in Helena are very generous, and I know you reach out beyond Helena, certainly, across the state, across the country, because it's a a major program, and so you have very far reach in your funding. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, yes. And something we're seeing that's a little scary right now is that other organizations similar to ours are not able to bridge the gap between what it costs to provide the services versus what we get reimbursed for through fee-for-service. And so those doors of, I think, 3 organizations, don't quote me on that, in our state have closed in the last couple of months, which increases the demand for our services. So we're in a kind of a go as fast as we can to get as many people helped as we can, as soon as we can.
Sure, and that's important, especially with a new facility. There's the push to get into your facility, to get it renovated, make it the best facility it can be. But then the other challenge is the ongoing sustainability of it, as you mentioned, the reimbursement rates and all those kind of things. And that is a whole other package in and of itself. So I assume, like most nonprofits, fundraising will just be a constant reality to help you maintain your services.
Absolutely. And something else that's worth noting, Jeff, is that when we sell our Harris facility, we'll be endowing those funds. The Harris facility is owned by the Florence Crittenton Foundation, which is completely separate from Florence Crittenton Family Services. So we'll sell that building and then endow those funds for long-term maintenance of Project Sunshine.
Oh, that's a smart investment. Sure.
Yes, because we don't want to build it and then not be able to maintain it long-term.
Absolutely. So. That's very smart. I'm sure you have a great board supporting you.
We do indeed.
Planning all this work. So
yes.
That's great. Well, this historical event. Tell me more about the Support Our Girls. Tell me what that project looks like.
Sure. So the Support Our Girls is a decorated bra auction, which it'll be the third.
Okay. Now I get it.
Right?
Okay, Support Our Girls.
It's the 13th year we've done this, and it was in its inception. It was to fundraise for nursing bras for our clients. And it's kind of taken on a life of its own. And when I say decorated bra, the packages are very high caliber, anywhere between $2,500 and $5,000 packages for travel, things like that, experiences. So it's not just the bra, it's a whole lot more. Right. And it's September 21st. This year we're having it at the Kleffner Ranch.
Nice.
To kind of change it up and make it more inclusive, because historically it's been kind of focused on women, and we want to bring more folks in because it's fun and it's just a wonderful event. So we're going to have barbecue and some line dancing, and it's going to be a fun time.
The Kleffner Ranch is a great venue.
It's beautiful.
It's very nice. They've done a great job repurposing that facility, and a little history there, and it'll be a great venue for a great project. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you. Tickets go on sale the first part of July, and you can get those on our website at florencecrittenton.org.
And that thing sells out?
This one, with a larger venue, we have more flexibility. So we'll see, but it's going to be, tickets do go very quickly for both Support Our Girls as well as Paint the Town Pink. So plan accordingly.
Well, that'll be a treat.
Yes.
All right, and let's see. So you've talked about the fun changes to the Support Our Girls event out there. What else can you tell me about? What's your current population at Florence Crittenton? How many folks are you serving right now?
Oh gosh, in all of our programs we serve about 120 families a year.
Okay.
It's in our residential as well as community and preschool families. And as you might know, we've been around for 124 years. And so being nimble and being able to address the needs of our communities as they change is something that we pride ourselves in. And to kind of highlight our history, we've got an event on July 25th at the Myrna Loy Center. Ellen Baumler is putting together a historical kind of overview and story about Florence Crittenton, how we were founded, where we've come, how our mission has changed over time. To meet the needs of the community. It's a free event, open to the public, no tickets needed. There'll be refreshments for sale there.
And remind me when that is again?
Sure, it's Thursday, July 25th at the Myrna Loy.
Okay, great.
And you can learn more about that on our website as well, florencecrittenton.org.
Excellent. So it sounds like a real retrospective of your organization's history.
Yes.
And when you talk about those kind of years, is that the national program? Is that in Helena?
That's in Helena.
It's in Helena. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's a great history.
It's wonderful. We were founded by a gentleman named Charles Crittenton, who had a daughter named Florence, who died of scarlet fever when she was about 5.
Wow.
And he just went through a long grieving process, and through that had an epiphany about how vulnerable young women and children are, especially back in those days. I mean, they're still vulnerable, but so he was well-to-do, and he, from New York State, he got into his train car and drove across the country giving $500 to anyone who was willing to start a facility to take care of young women and children.
Right. So how many facilities are there today?
At its peak, we had about 75. Right now, there's about 20, 24. Right. And there's lots of different iterations of them. There's a school for young women down in, I think it's in Scottsdale. And it's not a residential program, but it's for young women who are on a path that needs to be corrected or they need support in some way. So here in Helena, we are very true to the original mission of our foundation that Charles had envisioned, something we pride ourselves on, as well as being able to be nimble and address the needs of the community as they change.
Right, right. Well, as I said, Helena is a very supportive community of our nonprofits, and when there is a need, when there is a project as noble as yours, folks turn out.
Yeah, they do.
And they are very supportive. So
and we are so grateful for that, because none of this work happens without the support of our communities.
No, yeah, it's true. That's true. Give me a rough idea, how many folks do you have on staff now working with you all?
Right now, we've got it oscillates between 50 and 55.
And do you utilize volunteers as well?
We certainly do. There's lots of opportunities. You can take a look at our website. There's a link there that you can click that has open volunteer opportunities as well.
Great, great.
Yeah, so there's lots of ways to get involved. I know it being our beautiful Montana summer, folks are going to be on the move getting out there, but there's lots of ways to get involved, volunteering, contributing, doing corporate work days, things like that.
Sure, sure. Well, great. Well, give us an example. I kind of like to focus on volunteers a little bit.
Sure.
Give us an example of some of the things volunteers do for your organization.
Sure, it ranges from everything to the administrative tasks all the way up to minor repairs and things. We actually had Deloitte Consulting come about a week ago or so. They had a crew of 12 to 15 folks, and they worked at our residential facility doing yard work and doing the spring cleaning, if you will. And they spent a whole day with us, brought in their staff from all over the place, and it was just a wonderful way for them to both support the work as well as give back to their community.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So a lot of ways to volunteer and to support. And if folks want to learn more, then go to your website. Give us the. You don't have to spell it out, because I know Florence Crittenton. Tell them the website so they can find that.
Yeah, to learn more about our organization and our events and volunteer opportunities, go to florencecrittenton.org. And if you'd like to learn more about Project Sunshine, go to projectsunshine.info.
Okay. All right. Great. Anything else you want to tell us about what's going on at Florence Crittenton that comes to mind?
Just that I'm so grateful to our community for the incredible support that we've seen. It's my role at Florence Crittenton is really focused on relationships, and being able to communicate and talk with folks out in our community and beyond it's incredible to see the depth and the breadth of the support that we have as an organization, and that is thanks to communities like Helena.
Right, and being the United Way, we kind of get an inside glimpse of so many good people, good organizations like Florence Crittenton and other partners who are doing great things kind of behind the scenes all the time. And it's a privilege to sit down and chat with you a little bit, learn a little more about what's going on, and give you an opportunity, a space to share about all the good things going on at Florence Crittenton coming up this summer. And looking forward to next summer when
it's going to be a big summer next year.
Do the big transition.
Right.
Should do a parade. Wow. I don't know. maybe they don't want that kind of notoriety, but that's exciting.
Yes.
And a lofty goal to look forward to. Much to do between now and then.
Yes.
But yeah. Well, and it is appropriate. Always heart of gratitude. to your supporters, to your board, to your investors, because it takes a village.
It does indeed.
So, so
Great. Well, I just appreciate the opportunity to visit with you, Jeff. This has been fun.
Great, great. Well, thank you for sharing your news, upcoming events, and we'll see you next time on Partner Spotlight.